So, welcome everyone. Good evening. I am Miss Lourdes Usuriaga, and this is Business English, the advanced level. So, hello, Freddie. Hi, Anna. How are you? How was your weekend? How was your weekend? Great, Freddie. Anna, are you there? How was your weekend? Okay, so let's start. Today is our eighth class, so we are kind of closer to the end of our course. And today we're going to talk about business meetings protocol. Freddy, can you tell me a little bit about business meeting protocol? What do you understand with about this title? What do you understand about? Something like pautas para una reunión, great. And have you ever need uh, to manage a meeting? Have you lead a meeting? Have you organized a business meeting sometime? Okay, so did you organize a business meeting? Eh, Organize a business meeting es organizar una reunión de negocios o una reunión de trabajo. ¿Alguna vez has organizado una reunión, Freddy? Okay, great. So, why is this important as a topic in our course? Uh, I understand that many of you are interested in international business and talking with international customers or providers or selling to other countries, going to um, fairs and seminars and events or congress outside of Peru. Is that right? Are you interested in meeting with people uh, from other countries? Okay. So when you want to do business and meet other people, you have to empathize with them, ¿ok? Cuando quieres reunirte o hacer negocios con gente de otro país, tienes que empatizar con ellos, tienes que entender un poquito su historia, su realidad, etcétera, etcétera. Okay, yeah. So in this class, uh, after completing these sessions, we will be able to understand and follow business meeting protocols, okay, as an assistant or organizer in order to obtain our business meeting goals and objectives, okay. When we have a business meeting, we can organize the meeting or we can attend to the meeting, okay? So it's very important to understand how we have to manage and how we have to behave in order to um, meet our business goals, okay? Because uh, I suppose that you invest time and effort to go to a meeting, so you have to, you expect to have some results, okay? So, and maybe Freddy and Aldair can help me with some answers. Okay, is this correct business meeting protocol? Is this a correct business meeting protocol? Freddy, can you help me with this? Is this a correct business meeting protocol? It's correct or it's not correct? Freddy, what do you think? Anna, what do you think? Is this correct? Okay, it's not correct. That's right. Okay, great, Freddy. Yeah, you're right. It's not correct, okay? Because in a meeting, unless it's a lunch meeting, okay, a menos de que sea un almuerzo de trabajo, eh, if the other person is not eating, it's not correct that you are eating, okay? Um, so this is one example about the importance of having a good business protocol, okay? So help me with this other example. Is this a correct business meeting protocol? Please write your answer in the chat box. Yes. Okay. Yes. It's not just it. It's not just her, but also the guy at her right, because he's not looking at the people in the meeting. Okay. He's just not in a formal way. So yeah, you are correct. It's not a correct business meeting protocol because we are supposed to behave in a formal and more correct way. So this is not a friends meeting. This is business or work, okay? So third and last example. Is this a correct business meeting protocol? What do you say? What do you think? Is this a correct business meeting protocol? Hello, Michael. This is our uh, advanced English class. Please write in English. So, in this example, is this a correct business meeting protocol? Michael, Arelis, Josmar, Anna. Hi. Hi, Michael. Welcome. Hi, Josmar. What do you think? Is this photo an example of a correct business meeting protocol? Okay. She's giving you her business card. She's sustaining and giving her business card. So Michael says yes. What do you think, Freddie? Or Josmar? What do you think? Yes, she's from Japan. It would not be the way to do it, says Freddie. Areli says yes. Okay, so the answer is yes. Okay, why is that? Japanese people, actually Chinese people and Japanese people, they have a unique way to deliver their business card. Okay, that's the way they um, handle the business card. Okay, so they expect that the other person, even if you are not from China or Japan, you also have to follow these rules. Okay, because for them it's very, very important, the business card. It's like if they are the business card. Yeah, Michael, you are right. Okay, so uh, I believe this is a great example to understand why we have to study and understand other cultures if we have to uh, have a uh, good results and kind of grow our business, okay? Grow our international business uh, since we are in a CAMEX course, okay? So let's start. Okay, business meeting protocol. These guidance are very important to make business, okay? Because they allow us to have a more clear communication and to guide us through an effective decision making. Okay, you know that in business is all about communication, doing and making decisions quickly. Okay, so if we organize or attend to a meeting, we have to be very productive. And in order to achieve a productive meeting, we have to understand where are we and who are we going to have the meeting. Okay? Is it clear? Do you have any questions about this slide? Do you have any questions? Great. So we're going to explore some topics about business meeting, and also we're going to uh, have three examples about business meeting protocols, okay? And we are going to compare these business meeting protocols with our own Peruvian culture for doing business, okay? So you can tell me about the difference between them and us. Is it clear? So I'm going to write the indication here. We are going to have examples. We're going to have examples. And I want you to compare them with our own Peruvian business protocol. Okay, so let's have our first example, and this is Mexico. Can you read the text about what to do and don't do in Mexico? Okay, in case you can read it, I'm going to read it for you. Okay, it says that in Mexico, do be persistent. It's normal to try to call multiple times before. If you give up too easily, it may seem like you weren't interested to begin with. That's a do. And the don't is that don't try to establish a business deal over the phone. Most Mexicans prefer to enter new ventures with a meeting. Okay? So do you understand the do and the don'ts in this Mexico example? So please tell me, is similar to Peru? and which is different. Which is similar to Peru and which is different. You have 3 minutes. Yes, Michael, you are right. I'd like to see more answers. Maybe Anna or Daisy or Michael can uh, have an opinion about the difference between Mexicans and Peru people. Okay. So Freddy in Peru, they usually late. Okay. Yeah, you're right, Freddy. So in this case, it would be in Peru, they are usually late and they don't justify. Okay. Michael, I think that it's similar because I know many Mexican people that can speak English. Okay, that's right. I agree with Freddie. Okay, in that case, it's not I am agrees. I agree with Freddie because different of time it's 13 hours different. Okay, so but what about being persistent? What about um, calling and then calling other time and calling other time? It seems like Mexican people really like to be, um, I don't know, to be hunted, something like that. They really like to see that someone is trying harder to contact them, uh, and in on the other hand, they really need um, the to be close to the people that they are going to do business with. Okay, so they are not very comfortable like closing a deal by the phone. So is this the same with Peruvian people, or maybe it's not? uh, it's supposed, I believe that people usually compare Peruvian people with Mexicans. So I don't know. What do you think? Well, yeah, personally, I think it's we are very similar, but uh, for example, I've done business with Mexican people, and I wasn't aware that they don't like to establish business by the phone because I never knew personally that Mexican partner that I had, but we talk a lot by the phone and we could work together. So it was a surprise to me. Okay, so let's jump to the other slide. What is the importance of a business meeting protocol? Okay, what do you see in the photo? What can you tell about the photo? Okay, so you have two. It seems that two person in the front, they are the decision makers, and at the back they have like counselors or advisors that they are trying to help with the communication. So what do you think about the photo? What could be the role of the people who are behind the decision makers? Who can be the people at the back? Who could be the people at the back? Yeah, they could be some kind of guidance or advisors or counselors. I kind of believe that they have another role. Assistants, yeah, they could be assistants also. Great, Arelis. Who else? Michael, do you have an opinion? Deiser, Deinali, do you have an opinion? It's the first time that I saw that this kind of picture. Okay. So Michael, you can see these kind of situations when two people from different countries who can't speak the language of the other one get together to communicate and to make some decisions. Yeah, that's it, Arelis. I I think it's that, okay? Uh, because of the pictures, I believe that it's closer, uh, it's more, I don't know, it's more real, it's more probable that uh, those people at the back are translators. Do you understand what translators is, right? Yeah, okay. I understand, Michael. Yeah, the people at the back may be translators because they are trying to help the other two people at the front to get together and to understand each other and communicate, okay? So imagine that we have our president and he's talking with someone from India, okay? It's not very common that someone from India can understand Spanish. May they may speak English, they may speak German, but Spanish is kind of difficult. So they are going to need help to understand each other. Okay? Well, great. Thank you, Michael. Okay, so the protocol it's not just to communicate, okay? The protocol it's also to avoid disagreements, okay? Avoid disagreements is evitar desavenencias, evitar mm, que no te entiendan bien o que seas malinterpretado, okay? And strengthen both personal and institutional relationships. Okay, so remember that in a corporate or public or institutional perspective, uh, two institutions have the same relationship as the people. Okay, so for example, if a, a president from a country does not get along very well with another president, it may be possible that those two countries may not have so such a great um, relationship. Okay, that's why it's very important that the people who are the representatives of two institutions get along. Okay, so uh, and also from a business perspective, this helps to facilitate an approach and the closure of the business. Okay, there is a very popular phrase that says that you can do business with someone that you don't understand or someone that you don't trust. Okay, because to make business, first you have to trust in the person and you have to understand what they are trying to do and you have to be comfortable. Okay, but if you don't follow the business meeting protocol in a correct way, you may have some disagreements or may not have a good relationship with the other person, and that can affect them, that may affect the business relationship and the results of what you are trying to achieve. Okay, is it clear? Do you have any questions about it? Great, great. I'm very happy that you understand and you have some new knowledge that you can apply. So let's go to our second example. This is the Asian giant. Okay, China is known as the Asian giant. So it's very possible that some of some of uh, our previous and present students may uh, make business with China. Okay, so we have to understand, but uh, because um, in comparison of Mexican and Peruvian, Chinese people and Peruvian are very different. So we have to be very like very smart and very careful about how we handle ourselves. Okay, especially since China is a greater nation and bigger country than us. So it's possible that we are going to sell them, so they are going to be our clients, and we have to understand them. Okay, so let me read the do and don'ts when making business with China. Okay, so it's what to do. Okay, so what is correct when you make business with China? Do accept a call even if you are not totally prepared for it. It's better to be available even if you don't have all the answers. And what is the don't? Don't ignore a call. It's common in China to ring repeatedly if the phone isn't answered. Okay, so it's kind of close and similar to Mexico. So in this case, can you tell me which is the difference and which is the similarity to Peru? You have 3 minutes. What's the difference between doing business with Chinese people and which is the similarity? You have 3 minutes. Okay, so what do you think? I don't see any answer. Arelis, Ever, Freddy, what do you think? China is a very important country when doing business. So it would be very good that we can explore a little bit about the culture, okay? Because um, they are in their way to be a worldwide, um, like strong country, okay? So uh, they are they don't have to adjust to our culture. We have to adjust to their culture, okay? So they are such a world power, okay? So it's very important to understand that country. They are more formal and prefer to meet than to talk on the phone. Yeah, it may be, but I'd like to see something about the example. They are not talking about meeting personally. They are talking about phone calls. So, what's the difference and what's the similarity with Peruvian people? I think the first difference is that they are more kindly than us. They are more intelligent for making business, and they use WeChat. No, okay, okay. So, um, I think uh, that a difference in this case is that they don't get upset when um, they have someone who is persistent at the phone, you know, and they expect to um, to be they expect that the other person is present and always answers the call. So in that um, topic, I believe they are kind of more workaholic than us because maybe Latin people or South American people they just close their work at a specific time and they don't answer work or business call. But I it seems that they keep talking on the phone about business. So it's very important to know that if we are going to go to a international fair or maybe a conference or we're having a trade fair in any country, okay? Great. So let's continue to our next slide. That you are right, Michael. Yeah, I believe that Chinese business people are more kind of more modern and technological people than Peruvian business people. So yeah, I believe that's true. I've seen it myself. Okay, so let's go to our next slide. So for if we are going to meet people from other country, before facing a business meeting, we have to consider some uh, aspects, okay? And maybe we don't prepare this when we are having a meeting in Peru or for work. I don't know. But it's very important to have the objective, the final moment that uh, we have to see happening, okay? We have to project ourselves to the final objective of the meeting, okay? So for that, we have to prepare the points to discuss, okay? It's very important to establish the final objective and then to like it's something like reverse engineering, okay? It's like hacer ingeniería reversa, definir el punto final, el objetivo de la reunión y luego de eso hacer como una ingeniería reversa de qué es lo que se necesita llegar a ese punto final y para eso qué se necesita y así poco a poco ir retrocediendo y llegar al inicio, okay? So then always remember to have a good personal presentation. Okay, uh, remember that they don't know us, and then and they are going to um, judge ourselves because of how we look, how we dress, how we speak, how we handle ourselves. So we have to be aware that they are going to establish some kind of prejudice about us. Okay, and this third topic is special for us, like Peruvian people, is to be punctual. Okay, something that I used to do is to I used to put a meeting like 15 minutes earlier. So even if I am late, at the end I am punctual because I force myself to be before. Okay, so that may helps someone. Um, the other thing is to take care of our posture and our good language. Okay, okay. We know that we are never going to speak perfectly uh, the English or any other language. Okay, but if we take care of what we say, if we speak slowly, we are going to avoid some um, no mistakes. Okay, so we have to be very conscious about our body and our language. Okay, it's like if we look to ourselves, and it's it may sound crazy, but people usually uh, suggest to look ourselves in the mirror because if we look ourselves in the mirror, we are going to understand all the language or the message that we are sending, okay? Because only the voice is not all uh, the voice, it's not the only thing that we communicate. We also communicate with our body, with the way we talk about other people, how we address ourselves, and many other things. Okay, and be aware of our manners. Okay, for example, something that we shouldn't and we usually do in events is that for example, if we are in a coffee break, people gather around the table and then just state um, next to the table. Okay, that's not correct. And it's so common in Peru, and it's kind of strange. It, okay, so if you are going to, I don't know, go out of the conference to try the coffee break. You just go there and then go out because it's not a proper way to manage. Okay. Is it clear? Do you have any question that I may help? You are totally right, Michael, because your business card is like an extension of yourself as a professional, okay? And the business card is something that it's going to be with that contact and they are going to remember you because of that, okay? So yeah, it's very important, the business card. Uh, Actually, we have a class about a business card. I believe it's class number 4 or number 5. So I recommend that you could go to that class and learn a little bit about a business card, right? So let's go to our final example, and that is Germany. Um, in this case, Germany uh, probably is the bigger country in Europe, and I believe is one of our main destination when exporting products. Okay, so I'm going to read the do and don'ts for Germany. Okay, do do start a business call by stating your name, surname, and then what company you work for. And don't call later than 5 p.m. on Monday through Thursday or after 4 p.m. on Friday, as most people will be leaving the office. Okay, that's very interesting. What do you think about the don'ts? Is that similar to Peru or not? Is it possible to call to a Peruvian contact after 5 on Monday? Because it seems that German people um, are not going to answer the call, right? Okay, yeah, German people are very different from us. Okay, so uh, let's keep that into consideration when working or doing business with Germany. Okay, so let's go to our final slide. So about a meeting, if we are going to organize or attend to a meeting, let let's keep into consideration these 7 points. Okay, as we saw, we have to determine the objective. If we don't have a final uh, point or a final state that we have to achieve, there's no reason to have a meeting, okay? Because every meeting has to follow a main target, okay? As ourselves, the meeting is actually necessary, okay? Because in Latin America, we have I don't know if I don't know how to say it in English, but in Spanish it's called reunionitis, and it's something that we really like to have meeting and then another meeting and then another meeting, and we don't have much time to do or to make things happen. Okay, so we have to like cut some meetings that are worthless. Invite decision makers. That's very important, and sometimes we don't follow that, or we are not aware that the meeting is going to be as important as the decision makers who participate. Okay, if we don't have people with power or with functional responsibility to make decisions, that meeting is worthless because it's not going to work. Okay, schedule strategically. And why is that? I don't know. Have you had a meeting at the end of the day? Would you schedule a meeting at the end of the day? Do you think it's a good idea? Okay. So, yeah, for next day it's better because at the end of the day, people don't like to have meetings because they are kind in a closing day mode and they are not fresh and I don't know, fully present. Okay, they are kind of thinking about how much time does it take to end this meeting. Okay, uh, that's why schedule strategically is very important. So then set a limit time and stick to it. Yeah, because sometimes we have people who are very chatty and they talk a lot. We have to be like a guardian of the time. Okay, prioritize the agenda uh, that is accordingly our objectives. And then something that we usually don't do, but is very important because we close the meeting and we get to conclusions and agreements is wrap it out clearly. Okay, so what does wrap it out clearly mean? What does it mean? Wrap it up clearly. What does it mean? What does wrap it up clearly means? What does it mean? Wrap it up clearly. Make sure everything is clear. Yeah. Make sure and like summarize, okay? Wrap it up is summarize. Wrap it up clearly means resumir claramente. O sea, hacer un resumen y que ese resumen suene claro para todos, como para que todos puedan decir, ok, esto hablamos y esto estamos quedando. ¿Sí? Si no, la reunión queda sin razón de ser y pues no se llega al objetivo que se estaba persiguiendo. Ok, well, that's it for our class. If you saw in our chat box, I put the PowerPoint link and the exam link. So that's where you're going to find our material and our exam. Okay, people? So thank you very much for coming to this class, for connecting at this time and joining our class. I hope you understand and you learn a little bit about business protocol. Thank you, Michael. I hope you learned something about business protocol and that our examples could help you understand a little bit about other cultures. Okay, so I'm going to close the class. There you have the links and see you next class. Have a great week and uh, have a great month. Okay, bye guys. See you.